Are you looking for something to do with the kids that's also educational? There's a Venom Lab in Oshkosh that has been in operation for the past 9 years, and they just recently opened their doors to the public. Our Emily Beyer shares more.
Snakes, spiders, scorpions, and so much more can be found at MToxins Venom Lab.
We have a huge collection of well over 1,000 venom-producing animals.
Located in downtown Oshkosh, they focus on ethically collected venom to help create life-saving antivenoms, but since opening their public serpentarium, they want to continue to bust the misconceptions on these fascinating creatures.
They're members of basically every ecosystem on the planet, so we need to respect those animals. It's okay to have questions about them. It's okay to be afraid. But what we want to encourage people to hopefully do is to spark a little bit of curiosity about those animals.
Director of Operations Megan Villan telling us they hope by educating, they can help protect their habitats and share the multiple benefits they have for people.
The adults that walk in are afraid, and then they can turn around and then they can say, wow, I'm actually happy that I have that garter snake in my garden because he's, eating the rodent pest that I don't want. Or, oh, we don't have any venomous snakes in Oshkosh, so I don't need to harm snakes or kill snakes or be afraid of snakes.
And amid the serpents, there's a furry little friend visiting.
He's very soft, softer than he appears.
Letting guests get a hands-on learning experience with Hogan the Joey.
He's got to be able to reach.
I had to tip it over his head so he could stretch, so he'd kind of get a little bit, he could be more comfortable with stretching up tall, and I got to feed him so he'd be a little more comfortable when other people feed him when he's a little more grown.
And after you've spent some time with Hogan Down Under, you can take a closer look at the staff while they do live venom extractions.
So Nate is going to do an extraction from a monocled cobra. They get that name because they have a pattern that looks like a little monocle on the back of their hood.
They then purify, centrifuge, and freeze-dry the venom before it is shipped off to a client, possibly for medical research, pharmaceutical, and anti-venom.
Safety is always our #1 priority, COVID or no COVID.
The pandemic pushing their opening date by only a few weeks. Masks are encouraged but not required. There's also hand sanitizer, and it's easy to social distance as you take a self-guided tour. And with many parents having the debate of homeschool or back to school, the director says they're excited to spark the curiosity of all minds.
We've already had families come in here that, their kid pretty much hasn't been out of the house since early March. Not only entertainment-wise really understimulated, but education-wise really understimulated. And this is a really special place because you can have so much fun while you're learning. You don't even know you're learning until you walk out the door, and then it's like, wow, I can write a book about everything that I just learned in the couple of minutes to a couple hours that people can spend here.
In Oshkosh, Emily Beyer, NBC 26.
All right, thanks, Em. And Hogan the Joey will be at the Venom Lab until the end of the month, and then mid-August, they will have a sloth with them for a little while. We have the details on how to take part in the animal encounters on our website, NBC26.com. Just click on this story.